there's a question around the value agenda. So I think it might be worth thinking through here before we jump into the other steps.
Yeah.
One of the questions that is not all growth is created equal in terms of creating value. Yes, that's absolutely correct. How do you account for navigating the ROIC so growth doesn't end up destroying value? So this whole piece of enterprise value is a very big part of what we do. And I don't know if you want to just explain that from the value agenda perspective, but we are very, very conscientious about enterprise value and the definition, of how that value is growing. Absolutely, this question is absolutely key to talent to value. And our first step, ideally, you're not just looking at revenue value bridges. We're really looking at enterprise value. So the multiple changers is exactly that example I was telling you about shampoo. That was going to be getting into personal products in a big way was going to create that multiple change. So we are very, very conscious of the fact that, but growth in that little shampoo category was going to be small compared to perhaps growth in a large category, but the multiple changer and the enterprise value is something that we are very, very conscious of. So I don't know if I've answered that question. Mike, do you want to add something to that?
Well, just to build on it, Shefali, in the example I shared, it is enterprise value, and we get there through an EBITDA and then a multiplier. It's a little tricky because you got to think about if we do all the things that we want to do with the value hotspots, how does that impact on multiply, like you said? So this was a company that looked, if they're more of a digital company than a service company, as an example, or have much more advanced technology solutions, that's going to have an impact on the multiple as well. And then so you also need to look at revenue and then what drops to the bottom line. So we want to be conscientious of that as well. But I think the big thing about not destroying value is not to only think of the P&L or the revenue generator hotspots. That's why it's very important, as I shared the example of a talent hotspot or capabilities, because that's all going to fuel your future growth. So it's not all the big things that you do today, but it's investing in the future. And these tech, global, and medical in this value bridge are kind of small relative to some of the others, especially like organic growth, but they're betting the future. They feel like we got to start building the capabilities, get the roles and talent at these hotspots today in order to be a real strong player in that market 2 to 3 years out.